around and my dick is this big around. Think I'm joking? Or here, we can start out with this. So you want to go one step further?
Pull that son bitch out, motherfucker. I do have a question. Yeah. Oh, dude, he's gonna quit.
For the podcast.
Bro, my nickname was growing up was Dinger. So I'm there, bro. I mean, you look like this, bro. There's nothing you can't ask me, bro.
Welcome to WAKURADIO Season 2. I'm your co-host, Sebastian, and we got your host, Kobe.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to WAKURADIO. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. We got pretty awesome guests today. I like to call this podcast Two Dudes in a Chair. Let's do this.
Fucking
Right off the rip.
Fuck.
Wait, did you lose that bet right there?
no.
No, he has to say the other word.
Oh, what word?
I don't know.
What word do you have to say?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Anyways, let's introduce our guests, bro.
All right, we got our guests, Bullet and Russell.
What's up, guys? How can they find you guys? Do you want to be found?
At the local pub.
What's your favorite pub to go to?
Your mom's house.
Nice.
Imagine if that was actually like
A bar's name?
Yeah,
that'd be actually pretty sick.
You should open up a spot called Your Mom's House.
Cheers.
Good times.
Cheers.
Don't be afraid on this podcast. I know you guys could be nervous sometimes, but
Nervous? What's nervous? What's nervous?
Yeah, there's nothing to be nervous about.
yeah, dude. It's funny because I was asking him earlier if he wanted to feel it, and he was like, "Of course I want to feel it."
Yeah.
And then he said he wanted to feel it from behind too.
I feel what?
The feeling in his legs and his asshole. What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Feel what?
Only by you, baby. Only by you. Fucking whore.
Hey, man, shit. Just.
Do not know. I mean, just a little bit. That's all.
Can we give him a little bit of detailed description of our guest today? So,
My name is Bullet. I am a cowboy, and I'm also a computer nerd.
nice.
Yeah.
So, cowboy meaning like you ride horses or you're a rancher?
I ride horses, and I rope cows. I choke them some bitches. I do the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
What about you, Russell? What do you do?
Oh man. Currently I'm doing CrossFit.
Oh, sick.
Yes, sir. Trying to compete in the top of the world.
Uh-huh.
And then I also have a charity that I just started. So I was born with disabilities. I've had over 30 surgeries or whatnot.
Wow.
So that's what's led me to this road. So
Way to fucking kill the mood, Russell.
Oh, that's inspirational. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
so that's what I'm doing.
Well, so what's this whole charity for?
So the charity is for the disabled community, folks like us. You know what I mean? I've went down a pretty tough road, and I never thought that I could go down a road like that from the background and the foundation that that I was built off of, and those sort of things. The people that raised me, and once I ended up down that road, it teaches you a lot.
Yeah.
So then you start to realize that the medical system that we have is not anything up to par of where it needs to be, and the biggest red flag that it's not is that people have to start charities for the worst off in the medical system. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
What's the name of your charity?
it's called the House of Champion Foundation.
House of
shit.
Champions.
Yes, sir. So I literally got all that started over this last year.
Wow.
I should have a website, coming within the next couple of months or so.
Oh, sick.
So yeah, it's all fresh, it's all new, but it's all based off of things that I've gone through, 37 years of being the way that I am and trying to navigate the system and trying to help out other folks.
Nice. So are you contributing back into like medical equipment or services?
Yes, sir. I mean, depending on, each person that we find,
Right.
it will, be dependent on where they're at. If they're, in the bottom of bottom and, they're not in a good mental space and things like that, we'll start out with those things first.
Gotcha.
Before we start trying to provide maybe, prosthetic legs, things like that, until you get like the cart before the horse scenario, until
Right.
you start getting into a certain situation, those sort of things could just be wasted money or objects that sit in the closet. So
That's true. Yeah. That's pretty interesting. So what is it like? Because you were born with it, right?
yes, sir. So I was born with club feet.
Okay.
So I had my first surgery when I was like 3 days old.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
So what is it like growing up and like not being, I mean, technically you'd be put into a system, like a medical system of like, hey, you're always doing something in the hospital or somewhere, right? So how does that affect your mindset?
I mean, when you're driven and you're used to trying to do things on your own,
Right.
And for the majority parts of your life, you can. But when it comes to, you know, the biggest part that keeps us good, it's very frustrating. So yeah, it's and especially from, I would just say like 20 years ago to where we're at now, navigating the medical system, it's completely different. It's as worse has gotten.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's funny you say that because, you know, going to the doctors and talking with all these fucking doctors and shit, dude, these motherfuckers, all they want to do is fucking shove drugs down your fucking throat, the whole 9 yards.
Yes, sir.
You know, and sure, we got pain. Fuck, dude, I woke up this goddamn morning and I wake up at 0400 every fucking morning. But I stayed in that goddamn bed for like 2 hours more because I was in so much fucking pain. I'll tell you what, I refuse to take those goddamn pills. I just let it fucking pass. Just let it pass. Bullet, you're going to fucking go through this. You're going to fucking, just let it fucking pass. And I did. And here I am at this fucking place.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is, like, the reason that you guys caught my attention is everything, and I want you guys to hop on the podcast because, you know, we here want to help people live life fearlessly, right? And even with like disabilities or whatever you guys have, I mean, you're still roping cattle and riding horses. You're doing CrossFit and you want to get to the top on there. And that's like very inspirational, motivational, right? So what's like your drive? Like, what's pushing you to do all these things?
To just live.
To just live.
To live. Yeah. Honestly, dude. Okay, so when I became disabled, you know, I look at society and everyone's a fucking wasted human flesh. They're just fucking sitting there, just getting fucking by. Just getting by.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing with your goddamn life, dude?
True.
Get the fuck up. Get the fuck out of the goddamn house, dude. Everyone fucking says that they want to do something with their goddamn lives. They want to fucking go skydiving. They want to fucking get on horses. They want to fucking do all this goddamn shit with their lives, but they never fucking do it. Why is that?
I don't know.
Stop being a bitch and get up.
How does one find their path to finding the fearlessness in their life, though?
Because when you hit rock bottom, there's one way to go, and that's up.
Right.
When you hit rock bottom, you can't fucking go any further down.
That's
you
true.
fucking keep on going up.
That's true. That's 100% fact. Yeah.
Dude, when I was in the goddamn hospital and my heart was at 2% and I was about to fucking die and the doctor said, yeah, told my whole fucking family that I'm about to kick the bucket. I fucking made it. So there's a reason why I'm still here. There's a reason why this sumbitch is still fucking here.
That's true.
You gotta fucking keep on going. Fucking keep on wheeling forward.
Yeah. That's fucking true. But, you know, I sometimes I feel like when people have like an incident that happens to them, they play victim or they get captured into that victimhood. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's interesting for us. Like, we're like, how the fuck are you guys? I don't know if it's stubbornness that you guys are just so fucking stubborn that you guys are like, fuck this. I will not let it defeat me, or what? Can you guys kind of tell me what that is all about?
Because in this world, there's something called bitches and non-bitches, right? You know,
bitches.
yeah, right. Yeah. So, dude, when I was fucking able-bodied and I was walking around and I was doing whatever, and I had my fucking plans in my life and I had goals and shit like that, you know, I was just like all the able-bodied people, like you fuckers. I'm like, yeah, if I fucking got paralyzed or fucking ended up in a wheelchair or whatever, I'd commit suicide. Right. And then when you experience all of that, it's a different story. I'm still here.
It's almost like, you took it for granted in a way, and you kind of realized that you took life for granted, and then this is kind of like your eye opener. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, sure, 100%. Yeah, I'm still here, and dude, every time someone calls me and asks me how I'm doing, I always tell them I'm still alive. I woke up this morning because that's a fucking blessing.
That's true.
That's a fucking blessing. People fucking wake up every goddamn morning and they're fucking depressed. Don't get me wrong, dude. I fucking gone through that fucking stage. It's completely okay to go to the goddamn pity party,
right?
But it's not okay to stay there. Keep on going, dude. Keep on fucking going. And I fucking hate it, dude. I fucking hate it. I go out in public. I fucking see all these goddamn crippled people fucking wheeling around, fucking walking around and shit like that. And they're all like, woe is me. I gotta fucking be on government assistance and I gotta do this and I gotta do that. And they don't fucking have any goddamn aspirations to move forward. They don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of you. I'm not fucking you. I'm not a part of your community.
Right.
I'm myself. I'm an individual. And that's what makes this country beautiful.
So the answer is stubbornness, it seems like.
Fuck you. Yeah.
What about you, man? What's
I
your
need another
drive?
beer.
You know,
I mean, I think a lot of that is all based off of, I mean, a lot of it has to do with, just who you are as a person, human being. Then, you're surrounding your foundation, the people around you help raise you. We're both from country places, small towns, you know what I mean? And you're raised different there. You do things different there. When you're raised in a small community, a lot of things, that maybe you don't realize in bigger, you can't do these things in smaller cities. You can't lie. You can't do these sort of things because everybody you're doing it to all know you, and half of them spent the majority of the time with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you feel like maybe growing up like in a country type of setting, like they're kind of like, hey, stop using an excuse, and they kind of force you into?
No, it's not so much that. I mean, so being born disabled, my biggest thing, and always being in pain and all that is it's not fun in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in my entire life, all I wanted to do was try to be normal. You know what I mean? So you do a lot of things or pretend or put on a facade to act like that. You know what I mean? Because you just want to you want to do that even when you get to the lowest stages of thinking of suicide. Nobody really wants to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that there's cases and everything to where there's an exception or whatnot. Not all things are 100% and all these other sort of stuff, but I feel like the majority of people that have committed suicide, only people that have been down at the bottom of the bottom and almost have been to that next step understand what it takes to get to that point. You know what I mean? And the reality is I was down that road for like 2 years or whatnot, real bad. And, each time I would think about doing it and it would make the most sense to do it, it was still nothing that I wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would get more sad about it to think like, God damn, bro, we've gotten to this point. We're thinking now that this makes the most sense. You know what I mean? So when you're there's a lot of shit nowadays, bro, and it's just not disabled community, and it's everybody.
Yeah.
It's the way things are operating in today's time are completely different. We think we're the smartest ever. There's been a human existence for whatever, and we're a little blip on it, and we think we got it all figured out.
Yeah.
When it's like, no, 99% of humans did things a certain way, and that's why they were successful when they didn't have all these other sort of things that we have. And I think that's the biggest thing in today's time. That's why the medical system's messed up. That's why, there's fucked up shit in the government. That's why everywhere you look.
Yeah.
It's because we're raising people that, fearless. If you don't have one of these issues to where you're forced to maybe, hit those points quicker, and you're able-bodied or whatnot, to live fearless, the biggest way to live fear is learning and having an understanding of whatever it is that give you fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like to have a fear, like if the worst case scenario is death, well, that's silly to fear any of that. We all know that we're going to die. You know what I mean? So you're cooking up things and spending times on shit that's pointless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So learning, practice. Just because you realize one of these things one day doesn't mean that you come full circle and you just do it. All things take practice. So. That's
true.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people just give up because it just doesn't come easily to them, I guess, Like, I mean, anything that you want to become good at takes time. It's not going to happen like this, If it does, it might be like a fluke or something. But, you got to put in the work, It's the drive behind it, the grind. If you don't have that, well, it also comes down to want, I guess, If you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to want to go for it. And I feel like a lot of people are lacking that want. Yeah. That want to live life more, to want to fucking experience things more, I mean, we're all handed our, disadvantages and our advantages and stuff like that. But if you start looking at more your disadvantages and your advantages, then, you're gonna, it's like you
Can
are.
I pause you?
Yeah.
So I know you said, and I apologize for interrupting you, but your disadvantages and your advantages, sometimes I believe that your disadvantages are your advantages.
Well, see, that's how you look at it, though.
Yes, 100%.
And that's what the next point I was going to go to. It's like your mindset. However you look at everything, it's going to create your reality,
Yeah.
So a lot of people look at these disadvantages and like, oh, I can't do it because of this and this and this. But they're not looking at like, maybe I could do it in a different way. Maybe I could do it better. Or maybe I could do it in a way where no one ever thought of it doing it that way, I mean, all the greatest inventions and things that happen, it doesn't happen because someone's like, oh, that seems too hard. It's like, maybe I can make it better. You know, maybe
Yeah.
I can do this and make it better. You know, and
Yeah,
stuff
what
like
you're
that.
saying is they're not recreating the wheel and
Yeah.
they're just improving it, right? It's just
Or if it comes down to like failure, you know, like we hear about failure all the time. Failure doesn't mean it's the end.
yeah.
It's just a stepping stone to the next. You know, it's a learning process. You know,
Yes,
a failure is a point where you learn from it and improve on it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because when I ended up in a wheelchair, you know, like I said, I look at everyone in society nowadays, and I look at them all as wasted flesh. They're fucking not doing anything with their goddamn lives, and I'm pretty blessed. I'm fucking blessed, dude. You know, I'm sitting in that goddamn chair. I fucking go out. You see me out sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm fucking swing dancing with broads at the goddamn fucking watering holes and shit like that. I'm having a good old time. I'm living my fucking life because once again, you never know when you're gonna fucking die. You never know.
Yeah.
Like I always tell everyone, like one of my biggest fears is being on my deathbed and being like, damn, I didn't live life the way I wanted to.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to be laying in my deathbed and be like, damn, I should have done this. I should have done that. You know, I want to be on my deathbed and be like, you know, it was a good ride. I can go now. Yeah. Like later till the next rodeo.
Yeah.
You know.
And I
Next
feel like
rodeo,
some
yeah.
of those people that are living in that area to where, you know, that they don't know or this or that, I just feel like they haven't been taught that lesson. or
But they
haven't
need
been
guidance,
shown it.
bro.
Yes,
They need
exactly.
fucking guidance, man. Like too many goddamn people, dude. I hate hanging out with disabled people. And I don't mean that offensively or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you guys. but like, I go out, man. Like, okay, so I went to the PBR World Finals with my buddy. And we're fucking hanging out there and shit like that, right? And it's funny as shit. So I already told my buddy in line, I said, look, bro, I ain't fucking hanging out with those goddamn cripples at the goddamn fucking wheelchair area. I said, fuck that shit, dude.
Right.
I said, I'm gonna fucking take my goddamn wheelchair down the goddamn stairs and I'm gonna fucking go and watch those fucking boys ride bulls right by the fucking chutes.
Right.
And he's like, are you sure, bro? And the fucking security guard's like, dude, this motherfucker's crazy as shit. I said, yeah, fuck you guys. I said, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to get out of my goddamn wheelchair.
Yeah.
I'll sign whatever the fuck you want me to sign. And I'm going to fucking get out of my chair and fucking boot scoot boogie my goddamn ass down those fucking stairs and sit in my goddamn chair. Security guard's like, fuck, dude, I've never seen that in my life. Disabled people don't do that. I said, that's the fucking problem. They don't take risks.
Yeah. Why
right?
aren't they trying? Yeah.
You know, Kobe did bring up a good thing about stubbornness. Because I'm a pretty stubborn person too, you know, like I hate being said no, or I hate being like said, oh, you can't do this, you know, like just recently I really fucked up my
That's
shoulder.
why men get rape charges. But go ahead.
But like recently I just injured my shoulder and I had all these thoughts flying in my head, like people with the shoulder injuries, you know, they're like, oh yeah, I can't do this because of my shoulder. And I'm like, no, fuck that. So I just like, when it happened, I couldn't move my arm at all. It was like this much I was able to move it, but I was like, no, I'm not letting that happen to me. So I just pulled up some videos on YouTube about how to get my rotator cuff moving again. I just started doing those exercises, and a week later I can like pick it up. It still hurts a little bit, but I mean, he even said at the gym today I was trying to
do
lift
that
some
again?
shoulder presses, you know?
Do that again. Yeah.
You know? But like, I don't know, I just don't want to take no for an answer because I'm like, it's just a stubbornness in me, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess maybe people are lacking that stubbornness. I don't know.
I think there's a healthy balance though, like all
Yeah.
things, you know what I mean? Like I think you could have, you know, good stubbornness and very, you know, negative, you know,
True.
like all things, you know, I think there has to be that balance, you know? And I think you have to recognize that. You have to be able to realize, you know, which direction you're going, if it's positive or negative, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I hear stories like, for example, Bruce Lee. I can't believe you don't know who Bruce Lee is, though. Do you know who Bruce Lee is?
I've heard of them.
Okay. But anyway, like I heard Bruce
He's one
Lee
of the greatest martial artists ever.
I don't watch
it's because-
martial arts, dude.
Well, obviously. Well,
Fuck you.
fucking cowboy. What the fuck?
But yeah, I
Fuck do
heard
you
a
know
story.
about martial arts?
He's
bro?
seen 8 seconds.
I mean, just Chuck
I've seen 8 seconds.
I mean, Chuck Norris is in the movie with Bruce.
Don't make me pull my revolver out and fucking blow your brains out, you fucking bastard.
got
Keep
this-
talking to me
I
like
got
that.
this shit
dude.
on video, man.
I don't give a fuck.
This is gonna go straight to E-Fuck.
This is going straight to those fucked up websites.
That
dude.
Reddit page.
Come on, fans, come after me, motherfucker.
But yeah, like Bruce Lee, I heard a story where he was he got some type of injury in his spine, and the doctor was like, "Oh, you're never gonna be able to fight again," and everything. And he said, "Fuck that, I'm gonna fight again." Took him a while to get back, but he got back, you know. And I watch other stories of people like, you know, powerlifting, and they blow out both their knees and they're like out of commission for a year, but they're just stubborn. They were like, no, I'm not gonna let this end me, you know. And they next, you know, they a year or two later they're lifting more than they did the previous before the injury, you know. And it's just, I don't know, when people say they can't do something, it bugs me. Like it's like a,
well, it's the fact that of like you can't do it or you don't want to do it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Dude, there's this guy named Braxton Nielsen. Hi, Braxton. Sorry for bringing your name up, but I don't care.
we can bleep it out.
But I don't care. So Braxton, he got injured during I think it was a saddle bronc ride at a rodeo. And he broke his back.
I follow this guy too.
You do? Yeah. I love the guy. Love you, bro. But dude, his whole goal during physical therapy was to start walking again. I think he had a non-traumatic spinal cord injury. And
What does that mean exactly?
that means he has the potential to walk again.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he can walk, and he does motivational speeches to fucking high school kids and shit like that. And he rides horses still. Actually, I think he just got into team roping.
So he's basically not scared.
He's not scared. He's not a bitch.
Yeah, right.
You know, sure, he probably has bladder problems and bowel problems still,
course, right.
but that sumbitch can still walk. He's not letting life stop him. Him and his old lady just had a fucking kid, you know what I mean? So
Damn, yeah.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful as shit, but that's a prime example of someone that didn't let their circumstances stop them from doing what they want to do in their lives. There's a broad named Amberly Snyder. She got into a car accident, right? And her whole goal, she's got a movie out. I think it's a movie or a TV show. I don't fucking know. But it's called WAKURADIO. And she can't walk, but she can fucking ride, and she still does rodeo.
Damn.
Right? And she's a paraplegic.
Oh, shit.
So she's still fucking doing it. She's still doing what she set her mind to fucking do. And she's inspiring everyone in this goddamn community, in the rodeo world.
You ride too, though, right?
I still ride, yeah. I fucking ride.
Damn, that's fucking badass, man.
Hey, bro, last night.
Yeah.
It was a good time, wasn't it?
Oh, last
I
night?
saw in your story, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a good old time, man. It was a good old time. Now I see why Howie calls thunder thunder. This fucker got on the horse too.
Yeah, which is something I haven't done in about 20 years.
There
Oh,
you go.
wow.
Especially not in this situation.
Live Waku, motherfucker, right?
Fuck yeah.
So is roping like one of your favorite things to do, or is it like
Roping's fun. Riding horses, just being on the back of a horse is fucking fun. Dude, like I can't fucking use my goddamn legs. So being on the fucking horse, dude, it's peace.
Yeah.
Because I'm in tune with the horse. All my goddamn life problems, everything that I fucking went through throughout the whole goddamn day, is just gone. Because I'm on that horse. And any feelings that I have that I'm projecting out, it's projecting into the fucking horse.
Gotcha. So,
And the horse knows it.
so I have a feeling that, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that the audience right now knows that you two are fucking stubborn assholes, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm wondering, because I know a lot of times when you have an injury, okay, like you get an injury or you're born a certain way or whatever it is, when it happens, right, sometimes you get too stubborn and you don't want to accept the help, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then like, for example, like, hey, I can get up the fucking steps like outside or whatever, right? So do you think that contributes to like the way you guys are naturally with like jumping on and doing new shit all the time? Because like you could just play the victim part, right? And just stay that way forever and just have help. And
It's funny you say that because I tell all my friends, and I've told you guys before, reach out to me anytime you need something. If you just want to fucking talk, if you want to bullshit, whatever, just reach out to me, call me.
right.
But I don't fucking do that. I don't do that. And I'm a stubborn motherfucker. It just goes back to that. I'm stubborn as shit.
You don't want the help,
I don't want the help. No.
but you're willing to open your arms up to help other people.
Yes, 100%. I think it's called selflessness.
Right.
You know, I want to see other people achieve and achieve their goals and do what they want to do in lives. I do what I want to do, but you know.
Well, you guys have been through a lot of the pain too. You guys know the pain and the suffering of, you know, everything. So
Yes.
it only makes sense for you to want to give back.
Yes, sir, 100%.
do you think there's anything wrong with people asking for help?
No, not at all. Because okay, it goes to men's health, right? Well, men commit suicide all the goddamn time, right? And I don't want to say that they're pussies, but I will say that
It's definitely an easy way out.
it is not an easy way out because when you're gonna kill yourself, you're a pussy for committing suicide, right? But when you ask for help, you're a pussy, and when you commit suicide, you're a fucking pussy. So which
direction?
Yeah, which
Well,
fucking direction?
isn't suicide an easy way out? Because you're just pretty much ending it. Like, you're not dealing with any more struggles or anything like
But
that.
if you really,
I'm not saying it's a good thing.
if you really put yourself in the fucking mindset of to commit suicide, it's not easy at all. Yeah, and you can agree with me, Russell.
Yep.
Like, it's not fucking easy. Those guys that fucking kill themselves have a lot of fucking balls. Because it's not fucking easy to fucking put a gun to your head or fucking start a rifle, whatever. It's not fucking easy.
What does starting a rifle mean? What does that mean? You're just putting your mouth in the barrel?
Yeah, it's a fucking figure of speech, retard.
I'm just trying to. I've never heard
There's a
of
cell
that.
phone right next to you. Google the some bitch.
No, I don't want to
but
touch
that's
this.
respectful from the conversation. And
That's
you're
okay.
here, so you're already here.
I'm trying to hear it from you, man.
Start like kill yourself, dude.
Never heard of that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I never heard of that term either.
So what is?
Everything is complicated, right? So
Yeah,
then even when you're talking about the subject of suicide, there's a very large variety of suicide in general, of what people, there's tons of statistics and things out there that show that, I don't know what it is, say whatever the number is, percentage, but it's the large percentage of people that have suicidal thoughts that if they just wait on it, right, then those thoughts will go away in their life if they don't act on that thing, right? Well, then you have certain people that live in situations that are fucked situations, that no matter how you look at it and no matter what we do, I'm always in pain. I live with a condition called complex regional pain syndrome. It is nicknamed in the medical world the suicide syndrome. There's no cure for it. I don't take medication, you know what I mean?
Right.
Things like that. So, things are always so much more complicated than just saying, there's just guys that commit suicide and so on and so forth. You got guys that they did take the easy way out and they should have never did that. And I bet if they had it to redo, they would let you know, man, that was a big fuck up. Right. But then you have people that are living in the shit. You get a brain tumor, you have terminal cancer, and that guy or woman goes and shoots. That's a lot different story than, some guy that lost his wife that's had everything perfect, or vice versa, things like that, so there's a level of it, you know what I mean? Like all things.
Do you think it's it has to deal with expectations? Because having high expectations and then coming literally down to the bottom of the barrel, right? It's like everything is
for guys like us. It's a lot of situations to where, even me being born the way that I was, I did play sports growing up and stuff like that. I guess the point that I was making, with when you've lived to those levels or whatnot, and then those things are taken away from you, and you know that it will never come back. That's a lot different story.
Yeah.
If you've lost a wife or lost a job or lost a husband,
You can get pussy, dude. Pussy's everywhere.
you wreck your car.
Well, I was saying it's the level of expectations, right? So so many guys will, for example, you said these guys have the perfect life, the perfect wife, everything, and then the wife leaves them, and now their finances come crashing down, right? So it's like this fucking dopamine rush of it's perfect, and then now it's like full darkness, bottom of the barrel, and you don't have anything. Versus you guys, it's kind of like, well, fuck, we kind of have to accept this fact now, where it's like they're still on that high. Like, I want to keep chasing that dopamine, and then that would the easiest way would be probably committing a suicide, right?
There's self-inflicted problems, and then there's non-self-inflicted problems. Being born this way, going to serve in your country, even though you sign up for that, doesn't mean that's the reality of the situation. Like, oh yeah, bro, I know I can get blown up. Let's go get fucking blown up, bro. That's not the situation.
Right.
So
I want to go back because I personally when you guys were talking about medication and stuff like that. I personally don't really believe too much in medication either, because I think there's a lot of side effects and shit into it.
all of it's bad, bro.
Yeah. So is that the reason why you guys decide you rather just not take the medication, just deal with it than
Fuck that shit. And I just want to say this I hope the fucking doctors are listening. Fuck you guys, and fuck the horses you fucking rode in on. Fuck you guys, dude. You fucking, any goddamn thing, any fucking problem you got in your fucking life, I'm a little pissed. But every fucking problem you have in your fucking life, them son of a bitches want to fucking give you drugs.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it is big pharma, right? So dude, you got to think about the process of being a doctor, right? You go to school.
It's a fucked process, right?
Yeah, you go to school, you get into debt, and then you got to fucking pay it off. And then all these pharma companies come and approach you and they're like, hey, take our contract and this is how much we'll pay you if you prescribe our drug. And then, of course, they're going to take advantage of it because they're like, oh, shit, I can get rid of my student debts. I can start making money. I can buy a new car.
There's reasons like that and stuff like that. But where we have gotten now is doctors and it's insurance companies and pharma that control things. So it's not even that there's a case of, are there good doctors still? There's still good doctors.
Yeah.
But going back to, it's all a game.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you're not holding the key and invented the game, and you're a part, well, then you got to play it until you get the key, and you can either say, hey, we're going to redo it or not do it this way or so on and so forth. You know what I mean?
Right.
But right now, the system is all fucked. All these doctors are going to school for any of the issues, especially with able-bodied people with any of the conditions that 90% of medication is get prescribed for, can all be resolved by a diet. You know, and if you go to any doctor right now, they don't start out with any of these sort of things.
Yeah, they just want to give you
know
pills.
what I mean? So then it was a year and a half ago that I was taking 7 medications.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
That's breakfast, dude.
Yeah. And they just kept on loading me up with more. You know what I mean? And like I said, I had my first surgery when I was 3 days old. I've had over 30 surgeries. I never even started taking medication until around like my 27th surgery.
Wow.
So every surgery prior to that, it wasn't that maybe I didn't take pain medication, but I would take it for a day, 3 days, flush it down the toilet because I knew. You know what I mean? There's one way not getting busted drinking and driving. You don't drink, you don't drive. Now you're 100%. You know what I mean? So then in that situation of like, if you don't want to fuck up or you know these things can lead down roads, or how did this strong person get addicted or all that? So you try to distance yourself to even going down those roads. So that's what I try to do. I ended up down that road. I go and get my leg amputated. All of a sudden I grow a nerve tumor. The floodgates open up with all these other things that I learned about myself that a lot of them I've had since birth and didn't even know. And I start taking medication, you know, and when I first started taking pain medication and other medication, when I had bagged on it my entire life, for the first year or two, I was like, bro, this shit's for dudes like me and you. Like it was made for, and I started getting a completely different opinion on it. You know what I mean? Like, and a guy in a white coat that went to, you know, Princeton or Yale is fucking prescribing it to me or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's Yale, not Yell.
Bro, I'm fucking, don't even get me going with grammar, bro.
Pronounce it like
You're
the
gonna have to
fucking
edit all kinds of fucking shit right now.
like the blacks, dude. Yell. Yeah, I went to Yale University, yo.
Quit yelling at me, bro. So all these different things. So then when it came to medication, it was, you know, they just load you up with one. So I got down the road of thinking, and once you got down that hole, you know, then it's like, okay, well, now I'm not sleeping. Well, here, take that. Well, now I'm not. Well, here, take.
Yeah, you're supplementing, and you're supplementing for the other drugs, and it's like an endless rodeo.
Yeah, when you've had surgery after surgery, and all this is fresh, or these things are new, and all these things, it like, you know, things take time to learn, and they don't happen overnight. So when it comes to like certain medication that's addictive, I thought in my brain, you know, I'm Russel fucking Almendinger, bro. I'm from Hamilton, Texas, bro. That shit ain't gonna get me addicted. I don't get addicted. I just quit that shit whenever I want.
Right.
And then after being on it a year or two, the 1 or 2 times I said, no, I'm not gonna take it. And then you start getting sick, and then you associate it with, oh, I'm getting sick, I'm getting the flu, and you're throwing up, and you convulsing so bad you're herniating discs in your back, and your nubs fluttering that you could paddle a canoe across a fucking river. You know what I mean? You're just like, what the and then you're like, bro, it doesn't matter who you are. You know what I mean? So you can be everybody that takes any of that kind of medication after a certain period of time of however much you've been on, everybody's body is 100% addicted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe you're a guy like me and him to where you went down a couple good years or whatever, but up here we were never addicted, and that's what leads you to the road of saying, no, fuck this shit, we don't need that no more. You know what I mean? Because the reality is you know, if you have bladder problems or you got certain other things, you need to take a medication to get something working. I can understand that.
What's that med, dude? I don't know what that is.
So
Never heard of
those
it.
sort of things or whatever exist. I can understand that. Not all medication and things, but when it comes to like what we're prescribing for people's problems or pain, like pain you can't resolve.
Yeah.
You can never get rid of. You know what I mean? So it's like you better start learning how to be a tough ass motherfucker and doing harder shit. You know what I mean? Getting on the back of horses, all this other type of shit. or else you're just gonna fall into a rut. And then it's like, how do people? Well, they take one step in the wrong direction, and then another step, and then you're off in the fucking pasture wondering, well, no, bro, you got to retract all that shit, get back on your horse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
When you get bucked off, you better get back in the fucking saddle and start riding again. That's what separates a fake ass cowboy from a real cowboy.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, dude. Like when I first started getting prescribed, excuse me, drugs. I was taking them normally, right? And then I started fucking drinking, you know, drown out all my sorrows and drown out everything I was fucking dealing with. And I started fucking crushing up pills, pain pills and muscle relaxers and crushing them some bitches up and fucking taking shots of bourbon to fucking drown all my fucking sorrows out. And that was my fucking vice.
Right.
And I was just trying to escape reality. And there came a time in my life, I'm like, look, Bullet, you need to fucking stop. You need to stop. Your life's going nowhere right now.
Right.
And I had to keep on moving forward, man. And I know I keep on talking about moving forward.
Yeah.
But like I said at the beginning of this shit, when you hit rock bottom, you have no other way but to go up.
I mean, you set goals for yourself, right?
I set goals for myself.
You set goals and like things you want to conquer and things you want to do in life and things you want to accomplish for yourself.
Yeah, my goal is not to get rock bottom and to fucking commit suicide again. Right?
Yeah, but that's still a goal that you're aiming towards. And
100%.
you know, any type of goal that you have, I feel is a good type of goal, and as long as it's not hurting anyone else, you know,
100%,
or hurting yourself. But if it's a positive goal, like you want to improve yourself, or even not to hit rock bottom alone, that's a good goal right there too. You're like, oh, I need to do what I need to do, so I'm not there again, you know?
Yeah. Fuck, dude, I'm still learning how to reach out to people. I'm still learning how to reach out to people.
What do you mean? Why are you like, do you not know how to reach out to people?
It's not about that. It's about having the fucking putting your self-pride aside. And this is on some real man shit.
Dropping the ego.
Yeah, dropping your fucking ego, putting your self-pride aside and saying, hey, dude, I'm not right. I'm not okay right now, and I need someone to talk to.
Right.
I need a brother to fucking lean on. And it goes back to this, like, fuck, dude. Everyone talks about, hey, dude, you're a fucking cool-ass motherfucker. Let's fucking hang out, dude. Reach out to me anytime you want to, dude. I'm fucking there for you. And at the fucking time you need that sumbitch the most, they're not fucking there. They don't answer the goddamn phone because you want to know what? They got a fucking bitch. They got fucking kids. They got all these fucking excuses where they can't fucking pick up the goddamn phone. But at the beginning of you meeting that son of a bitch, he fucking says, yeah, dude, we're brothers, dude. We're fucking family. We're fucking friends. They don't answer the goddamn phone. And then that son of a bitch commits suicide. So don't fucking tell me that you want to that I could reach out to you anytime I want to when I'm going through something. Just tell me, hey, dude, reach out to me. If I don't answer, oh fucking well, I guess you're by yourself, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Dude, because when you're sitting in that goddamn wheelchair, everyone wants to feel bad for you. Everyone wants to feel fucking sorry. And they'll tell you that shit. Oh, reach out to me any fucking time. You know, I'm your fucking friend. Because them fuckers feel bad. They feel fucking guilty, whatever.
Right.
They say, reach out to me anytime you want, man. Right. You're a fucking cool ass dude. You're so motivating. Oh my, dude, they start fucking stroking your cock, dude. Right?
But the thing is, you know, I mean, yeah.
But hold on. When push comes to shove, they don't mean that.
Oh.
Because all they're saying is they feel bad for you. They feel bad.
Is that how you interpret it?
It's not that I interpret it. It's exactly how that is.
So, okay. So my question is, you weren't born with the defect.
No,
like
I was not.
Right?
No.
So going through this problem, did you have to go through therapy and everything? Because now you're talking about people that you were
100%.
So do you believe that therapy helped you get back to?
No,
not at all.
All they wanted to do was diagnose me with more shit and then give me more drugs.
Like antidepressants.
Yeah, dude, I was at fucking USC Keck Medicine, and fuck you, bitch. But this fucking broad told me that I had adjustment disorder. I'm like, all I need to do is adjust my ass in this goddamn bed and I'll fucking feel a lot better. And she's like, well, we have medications to help you with that. She's like, fuck you, whore. Bitch old fucking comes trotting in the goddamn fucking hospital room She's like, yeah, you got this, you got that, you got all this fucking shit wrong with you. Like, yeah, fuck you. And then the cure for everything is drugs, medications, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I would tell them, I don't need this shit. I don't need it.
That's just part of the system, though. When you're in the medical system, that's all they can do for you, right?
No, it's not all they can do.
Well,
That's
technically,
bullshit.
that's what the easiest
It's
way.
all that they're
There you go.
getting
It's
trained
the
and
easiest way out.
Yeah, as of right now, doctors probably like the last 15 years. No, they haven't even been taught any of the things that we need or anybody needs to actually help them out. You know, like the first step should be nutrition. All of them should learn nutrition. You don't have the time to do that in most cases in medical school.
Yeah.
It's learn medication, learn surgeries. That's where we're at. You know what I mean? It's like thinking it's like charity. You know, if our medical system's not starting charities is the biggest red flag. You know what I mean? That everything doesn't exist. That the most messed up people in the medical system can't get the proper care of anything. They have to start a charity.
If you want to get healthy and start, the best place to start is your diet.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yeah, there's certain steps for everybody to go down that path. You know what I mean? Exercise, sleep, nutrition, maybe social. There's tons of these things, and unless you're doing one without the other, then it's the scenario putting the cart before the horse. You need a little bit. You're not going to get good sleep if you're not drinking good water, if you're not exercising, if you're not. And then there's situations like ours to where even if you do all those things, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that that's gonna. But for people that are normal and people that don't have those type of issues, those things 100% work.
Yeah.
The biggest issue, one of the sayings I have right now is like look past your own nose or take the blinders off. And that's where we're at in today's time. Everybody thinks that they know when these things are proven. It's like back to diet or nutrition or of these things, back to human existence. We ate a certain way for so long compared to the way that we eat now. All processed foods, all seed oils, all refined sugar, all these types of things. You know what I mean? And we have a completely different view of these things. You know what I mean? And then we have an emotional attachment to them, and why we can't see that they're a negative thing. You know what I mean? It's like
because a lot of them put a lot of sugars or fake sugars in it, are processed from derived glucose or whatever, and that's addictive too. So that's how you get that want for it,
Yep.
And a lot of people don't realize that shit, and it's just like, I don't know, I think it's just sad, the big pharma, fucking health industry, everything is just, it's just sad. They're just looking more for the profit than actually the individual's well-being.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that doesn't make money.
Yeah.
Keep people sick. Then it's
I think I think another reason is because people aren't educated in the nutrition aspects, right?
Yeah.
People don't know how much focus did they really teach us in school or health class about the fucking pyramid? And even the pyramid isn't that great of a fucking nutrition source, right?
Yeah. So going back to the food pyramid in general and understanding how that was created and who it was created by.
Right.
You know what I mean? And why wheats and grains and all those things were at the bottom.
Right.
Well, those were, created by people that were in the agricultural industry. You know what I mean? People that farmed those things and had an excess of it, had to come up with something. You know what I mean? So it's how all things start.
Yeah.
I'm just drinking beer over here. You guys are talking about health and life.
I mean, we're drinking too, but I saw a video last night on Instagram actually where a farmer came out publicly and he was saying, he was a Canadian farmer that came out publicly and he was saying that the government is making him dump 30,000 gallons of milk a month because he's over his quota. So he cannot sell it and he cannot donate it to local people because he's over his quota, which is fucked up. So that kind of shows you that the government for sure has their hands in our nutrition, our diets. They are controlling the cost of food.
Who controls the government?
You tell me who.
Who do you think controls the government?
The Zog.
Who's the Zog?
People out there in the world.
The elites?
Yeah, the elites.
The elites.
Of course.
I mean, I even saw a video. With the egg shortage going on, right? I guess there was a new feed going around that they were selling to the farmers and stuff like that. And then the eggs, because they fed them the new feed, the hens weren't producing the eggs anymore. So now, and then one farmer was she changed the feed to goat feed again. And then shortly after she's changed the feed, the chickens start producing eggs again.
I think it
even
had.
when it comes to like our eggs or any of the meats, the majority of all of those things aren't raised the way that those animals are meant to be raised.
Right.
So
Exactly.
even when it comes to like, you know, like cattle and beef here in America, you know what I mean? Going back to the situation of the farmer that and I don't know all the ins and outs and the details of all these sort of things, you know what I mean? But there's situations to where, you know, the cattle ranchers, everybody's raising the beef, weren't able to dictate anything past that. You know, everything else was being dictated from the top. So you're sitting there maybe selling beef for, I don't know what the prices are, say it was $1 or whatever it is, and then by the time that this steak hits a restaurant, you're charging $30 or $50 a pound. There's so many of these things, so you've taken it away from it's all of these things in every aspect of anything, the medical system, the nutrition, the farm, any of these things have gone completely sideways and fucked, you know what I mean? And until people start realizing that, you know what I mean, that these are the ways that you want to live, you know what I mean? We don't want to get all of our beef from overseas, and we don't want it to have, you know, certain things in it that aren't good for you. You know what I mean? That humans never ate until we started getting to these periods of time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But I mean, we do get a large amount of our food from overseas too.
Yeah.
So
I think I've seen something on that, like beef alone. Like I think like 57% of our beef alone last year came from like, I think New Zealand or someplace like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, fuck, dude, for all I know, that fucking Chinese food I was eating was fucking horse.
Damn, that's fucked up.
It's what you guys eat, right?
No, dogs and cats, bro.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
just dogs and pussy, dude.
Yeah. Bitches and pussy.
Yeah.
What's bitches? Like dogs?
Yeah, that's what you call a dog, bitch.
You eat dog?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're Asian.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. You haven't tried it, dude? Come
Lean
on,
as
dude.
fuck, bro. A little
gotta
chewy.
Did you ever see that video of that lady that was asking some dude in Jamaica or Haiti?
I'm black. It's called axing, dude.
Axing.
Axing, dude.
Axing. Anyways.
No, motherfucker, don't ax me anything. I don't want to die.
Anyways, she was asking this dude on the beach, and he was like, "Are cats like, are they pets or are they food?" And he's got a fucking dead cat, like a cooked cat, in his hand, and he's like, "Well, they're pets, but when we get hungry, they food." I was like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, "Do you know?"
Hell yeah.
I was like, "Do you know how many fucking people would eat their pets when they're starving?" Like,
Oh, everybody, anybody.
yeah.
I
dude.
mean, we're going through a food shortage right now. Fuck, give it a few more years, but it keeps going this way. We're gonna start seeing more people eat their dogs and cats.
This is straight up because of the government.
Yeah.
I mean, in the day, you know, it comes down to your own survivability. You know, it's like, I mean, if it comes down to you can't get food anywhere else. I mean, I saw this one video. I think it was a propaganda video from Russia to Ukraine. It was like first Christmas they were eating like soup and bread and everything, and then second Christmas it was like they had a pet mouse, and second Christmas it was like candles lit, very dim and dark, and everyone's like sad, and then the mom he was cooking dinner and served it to everyone, and the father like put a spoonful and saw a rat's tail or something in there, and then mom's like,
don't tell the kids.
yeah, don't tell the kids. It's like, fuck.
Whether you're in a wheelchair or you're sitting in front of a fucking computer or you're driving around, we're always constantly sitting.
Okay, fair enough.
This goes back to a conversation that, you know, Sebastian was having with Russell outside.
Yes, 100%, yeah.
So it goes back to like when you rest, you rust, right? Because you guys already have other issues, right? We were talking about nutrition. So how important is it for nutrition to be part of your body, especially, you know, in the situation that you guys are in now?
For me, I don't even have a choice. Like as uncomfortable as I spoke outside about how I am all the time, of just getting here and doing things like that, pushing out of these zones of and it's not a mental thing, it's a physical thing, you know what I mean? So like for me, when it comes to my diet and stuff like that, and why I've pressed and went down all the different roads of different diets and all this other sort of things, it's because I don't have the luxury not to. You know, if I want to hang out, if I want to go do something like that, then I've understood it now of my experience through my life that I can't afford to do those other sort of things because it doesn't benefit me. It doesn't allow me to live a lifestyle the way that I want to. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if I eat bread nowadays, you know, just one little piece of bread and going back to nutrition and all this other stuff, you know, the things that are approved here in America that we consume aren't approved in a lot of other places.
100%.
You know what
As
I mean?
I go to the watering hole every other day.
So I eat a piece of bread and I get spun out of control. Sometimes it can take me weeks and months to get back, and it's on a whole, all different kind of level, mental, physical, all kinds, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And things that you know, that maybe you've been doing your whole life and wondering why you're having these certain feelings or these certain whatever, and until you make a change. And just because you make the change, you might see a benefit of it right away. But a lot of these things are long-term, you know, it's a long-term effect that got you there, and it will be a little bit more of a long-term thing that gets you back to feeling good. And that's the part of embracing it, and you know what I mean, and going through it and understanding that it does get better. And, you know, and there's too many people that quit down those roads and not even realizing that they're looking at another person that have already done it. It's like, so it's 100% attainable, and you can do it, you know.
It just takes a little work, and you know, like what we were saying earlier outside, you know, like a body in motion stays in motion. So like, I mean, a lot of our jobs, a lot of our like daily situations, or you know, just lives are spent, like Kobe said, sitting down. Or like, and if you're working in an office, you're 9 to 5 in office, 8 hours, and you fucking get in your car, it's another like an hour or two drive depending where you live, you know. Then you go home, and what you mostly likely do, you cook your dinner and go sit down again. And then a lot of these people aren't even being active or anything like that, you know. Like, you're riding horses, you're getting your body moving, you're doing CrossFit, you're going out there and, you know, lifting weights and everything, you know, and you work out too. And you guys know the importance of just, you know, these little things that a lot of people don't know or choose not to like put into their lives.
There you go.
Yeah. And being in this situation that a lot of people don't realize, like, our lifestyle is a full-time job.
Oh, 100%.
It is a full-time fucking workout or CrossFit workout. When I go to CrossFit and people see these little clips of me doing these things on my phone and assuming because it looks like that for a 30-second or 60, you know, second clip or whatnot, that I must be in this. And it's like, no, I wake up in the morning, and when I pee, my nerve tumor shocks me into my penis. And sometimes I hit the ground, and my wife has to help me clean up piss. And that's an everyday thing. You know what I
Or
mean?
when you're sitting on the toilet for like an hour because
Him riding that horse last night, I guarantee you, was easier for him, which is a way more dangerous situation than him fucking taking a shower. I can guarantee
it
you that.
was so. I felt so fucking free, dude. Dude, when Howie posted that fucking video on his story, and the song title was Free. When I was going through that fucking round pen working Thunder, I felt so fucking free. All my fucking problems just disappeared.
Nice.
All my fucking pains, everything that I was just fucking worried about in life just poof, disappeared.
Yes, sir.
That's how I feel about when I hop on my motorcycle. Almost similar exact feeling. Like when I get on my bike, no matter what happened during the day or whatever, I'm just like, just me and the bike and not sometimes open road, but you know, and it's peaceful, you know. And like you said, you take it out on the bike, and the bike knows, because you're controlling the bike. You feel it, like how you said with the horse, you feel it, and you know, you're just out there, and the bike takes it what you give it. And if you want to cruise it, it takes it too. If you want to go aggressive, it takes it. And yeah, it's just, yeah, I agree with the horse.
Which is real impressive watching him ride that horse, knowing that you can't use your heels and your legs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And knowing the extra step of being in tune with that. I mean, watching him last night, you know, getting that horse just to stop, or, I mean, being on a full trot and then boom, like stopping on a dime with just words, you know. And this isn't his horse. He hasn't rode this horse. He did.
I've never been on this horse at all.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Never been on this horse.
Oh, that's sick.
Should have seen it, bro. It's beautiful shit, bro.
Yeah, I definitely would love to
Bro,
watch you ride a horse one day.
goosebumps. Get me all fired up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch you ride a horse one day.
I've never been on this horse at all.
Yeah.
It's not my horse. And I got on that motherfucker. I worked the shit out of him. Because I'll tell you what, we were in the fucking round pen, and the dirt was not even. So there was a few like potholes or whatever. Not like really deep. But he got spooked by some of them. And I'm like, look, motherfucker, if you want to get spooked and fucking move your feet, I'm gonna fucking move your feet. Let's go, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So what do you mean by like working the horse? Like, how do you work it? Like,
I'm on him. I'm
Yeah.
making him go.
because I'm not familiar with riding
So
horses.
I'm loping him the whole 9 yards, and I'm making him sweat.
Uh-huh.
You know, so
Yeah, just imagine like putting your fucking foot down on the gas pedal and just making your fucking car just go to work exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when you're driving and you're going to the bank or you're going to the grocery store,
Yeah.
you're working your car.
Yeah.
Because you're telling your car what you want it to do. Well, as someone who can't move his legs, I tell the horse with my words, with my hands.
Yeah.
And a lot of cowboys, they don't like to be hard on the bit, whatever. A lot of cowboys have their own ways of riding. Every cowboy is different, just like every paraplegic is different, but every cowboy is different. I'm more hard on the bit, more hard with my words. And then there are other cowboys who are like, yeah, well, I'm more hard on my fucking legs. And you don't see too much maneuver with the reins.
Oh, I see. So yours is more with like the reins and everything, and like
Yeah, I'm
and
more with
commands.
the reins and my fucking voice.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like for example, like I used to street race a lot and get in the tracks and shit like that. So like when you're like red lighting that fucking shit, it's basically working that fucking those ponies, man, just fucking, you know. And then I mean, you're working pretty much everything, the turbo, the fucking exhaust, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But you got to be in tune with that horse.
100%.
You have to.
I just want to know how, if it still works, man.
I don't know. You want to try?
Yeah.
Make that son of a bitch move, dude.
I just want to know if you still got functions and, you know what I mean? What's it like?
Yeah, I'm good there. But I'm not in the same boat as him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm solid there.
Oh, nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Depending on the person, dude, play with that son of a bitch.
Nice.
See if it works.
Sebastian, dude, that's a fucking
You're sitting right next to me, dude.
dude.
You're
Yeah.
fucking queer, dude.
Yeah,
Hey, you're the one that fingered my hole last time.
Jeez. My God.
You can call me Bull. You don't got to call me God.
Dude.
Bullet, like the little vibrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the strip club. This is a fucking funny story. So I was at the strip club. This fucking broad comes all fucking trotting in the fucking strip club, dude. And she fucking gets on stage and she's fucking dancing and shit like that. And I'm drunk as shit. I was fucking drinking all day. I'm fucking hooting and hollering at that bitch. And she's like, so what's your name? In front of everyone. And I'm like, oh, my name is Bullet. And she's like, oh, like the silver bullet? I said, no, the silver bullet, but with shit on it because I'm black. Dude, that made everyone in the fucking titty bar fucking freeze. Like, did he just fucking say that?
Made everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of fun when you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can attest to this, dude. I just fucking make people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You start hitting on fucking dudes and bitches, just fucking with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, fuck, dude, he's in a wheelchair, dude. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, we can't say anything
Fuck.
back to him.
Yeah, we can't say shit. to
I've
him.
seen you did it to a few guys in the club. It's pretty fucking hilarious. I'll just be sitting there watching. I'm just like, oh, that guy feels so uncomfortable. You know it.
What are you saying to these people? I want to know. Just give me a line.
And you're like, bro, anybody else need to kick him out?
Oh, exactly. And I'm like, I'm just watching like, damn, this is just hilarious.
Like what I just said, dude. Like, I'm black, but with shit on it, you know? Like, or I'm a fucking silver bullet, but with shit on it.
So it's like it's a special privilege to be disabled.
Yeah, it's crippled privilege, bro. I just do it for the parking, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Parking's great.
Dope.
I don't do dope. Fuck you.
No, parking's dope.
The parking is good.
Good.
Remember the article I sent you where the dude, he sued a chick for friend zoning him?
Oh, yeah.
For $3 million
That's gold.
for
It was in Singapore.
yeah, it was in Singapore for what was it? What was the causes?
His mental health was fucked up.
Traumatizing, yeah.
Which he was traumatized. So then it affected his work and life career, right? So
Dude,
basically,
don't you wish that when I became disabled, I fucking became a millionaire, just sued these some bitches, dude?
That
Like,
would have been nice.
fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, technically you could.
I mean, technically, until Obamacare came, my situation was fucked because I had pre-existing conditions.
wait. So Obamacare
It's one of those things that open up for pre-existing conditions. You know what I mean? With all things, you're never going to get everything of all the right of anything. But that was one positive. Like, that was one thing for me and people in my situation. If you were born with a pre-existing condition, then you couldn't use your insurance
Wow, that's fucked
really?
up.
to go get care on issues that you were born with.
That's fucked
It was
up.
more out of pocket shit.
So it's like, oh, you're born with a defect. You can't.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
God fucked me. Oh well.
And Obamacare helped fix that.
Yes, sir. It was the first thing that opened up pre-existing. Yes, sir.
Like when you got an understanding of it and got over, the depression and everything, how angry were you? Honestly.
Of my life in general?
Yeah, just
I'm not angry about my life at all, sir.
Not anymore or at all?
I never was.
Really?
He was born like that, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I know that he had to accept it, but also like,
I mean, I went down dark roads,
Right.
You know what I mean, and stuff like that. But no, I mean, I have a better understanding of things, and yeah, I'm never angry about anything like
That's
that.
good.
I get angry with angry people, and I get angry with people that play victim, or
yeah.
those people make me angry.
Yeah, like fucking Bullet's got a great point on those people.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Fucking victimhood.
Fuck him, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Just like them fucking whiny black people who fucking want to bitch and complain about racism, dude. I'll show you racism, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'll show you real racism.
How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that?
Go on the plantation, motherfucker.
That's fucked.
No, but yeah, dude. I don't know. Everyone's fucking. They act like bitches nowadays. You
Yeah.
know?
Facts.
Agreed.
Like just be you, man. Survive. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning. Don't cause harm to no one. You know.
Should people be dating if they're extremely broke?
Oh,
I'm going to let you go first,
brutal.
Bullet.
Should people be dating if they're extremely broke?
Yes, sir.
Oh God, dude, that's rough. I'll be the bottom. What?
No, I want to hear that. You think money is important in a relationship?
Heifers don't fucking like broke some bitches.
It's definitely gonna be a harder market to be good at, for sure.
Whores like money.
I mean, I think when you're younger, it's a little bit more easier.
Yeah.
But as you get older, if you're broke, it's gonna be a lot harder for you. But I mean, more power to you. I'm not gonna stop you from doing anything that you don't want to do. I mean, that you want to do.
Yeah. I agree. I think money is very important, especially when you get older. There's a lot more expectations, and
Yeah.
women like experiences. So
What are we gonna do? Take her to the park for a
Fuck
walk?
you. Dress poor,
you can.
and ride horses. That's life, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's fucking freedom. And if that old heifer don't like that, dude, then keep on moving forward, dude.
There's plenty of other ones in the sea.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah. So it's really hard to be broke and date.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's hard to date while broke, but to retain them. If you're dating while you're broke, it's hard to retain the opposite.
Unless you got a big ass nub like Russell over here.
Yeah. Show the camera your nut, bro. Stroke that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that's perfect right there.
And it moves.
Look,
all
it
the
literally
key
looks like he
spots.
has an erection on camera.
Does it really?
Fucking hilarious. Nice. It's perfectly placed.
And the fucker's resting it on the beer cooler. Dude. That's gold.
Oh man.
That's a lot better, yeah.
Nah, put it back on there. It makes him feel uncomfortable. I liked it.
It's so fucking weird, dude.
Russell, should people be dating if they're extremely broke?
Maybe not in today's time.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
But no, I mean, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're, yeah, a lot of this shit Seabass said sounded good.
Yeah.
What's the best sit?
If women were paid menstrual leave, how many paid days off should they receive in a month?
I'm not answering that.
Dude,
Babe, how many?
this one's perfect for
Oh,
you.
babe.
What is it? Tell us.
I like how you ask your
We
wife.
need an answer.
That's a solid answer.
It seemed like a wise way.
That's a
to go.
smart man right there. Hey, babe, what's the right answer?
Fuck.
No,
7 days.
to be determined. 7 days. Sound good?
More than that?
1 day of work.
How about women should just stop fucking working? How about that? Stay the fuck home, cook me dinner, clean the goddamn house. Like, let's fucking go that route. Right?
Traditional.
What? Yeah, traditional. Why the fuck do women have to work anymore? What the fuck?
Yeah. Fair point, dude.
Fair point.
You wouldn't have to take time off of work if you fucking cleaned the goddamn kitchen and the goddamn house. and fed the fucking horses.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in to Waku Radio. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fucking follow our Instagram, our TikTok, and all that other shit.
Charity.
So charity's House of Champion Foundation. And then as of right now, you just, I guess, follow me on Instagram, which is just Russel Allmendinger.
Okay.
And Allmendinger is just 3 words, put them together. Allmendinger.
Nice.
We'll put it in the description too and
sir.
everything like that.
You want to plug yourself?
Yeah, you can find me at your local watering hole.
Nice.
Now in like layman's terms, because I'm sure a lot of people don't know what watering hole is.
Find me at your local bar, swing dancing with heifers.
Nice.
He means women.
I'll order pizza.
I can't eat pizza right now.
Yeah.
No, you can't get like fat.
No, I'm just gonna be ripping ass at the club, and that's not gonna be fun for the women.
It'll be fun for me.
I'm lactose. You're gonna be seeing me like dancing. Oh, my bad. Luckily, it's loud as fuck in the club, so they won't hear it.
Yeah, they just
but if
smell
it
it.
smells,
So how is it being a male
God damn,
stripper?
bro. That's awesome.
How is it stripping for money?
it's the best worst job. That's the best way to
How
explain.
do you get in this? Bro, I was going to be a stripper my whole life.
Huh?
I was going to be a stripper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should do it, bro.
You should try it.
Yeah.
Dude, you want to go to Hustler? No,
Get
not
up on that
Hustler,
stage right
but-
now.
They have auditions every Sunday.
Bro, I'll
go.
fucking show up, dog.
Dude, you should. That'd be dope.
God, bro.
Dude, I'll fucking throw money, homie.
You'll help me?
Yeah, I'll help you, bro.
Choreograph it.
Choreograph a piece? Hell yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll do it.
I'll go to the club too if he shows up on stage.
Yeah.
I'll buy panties.
You know,
for bro.
it's funny because I tell a lot of my friends like, dude, just come on a Sunday,
Just fit your almond
go
dinger in
try
there,
out
bro.
for fun.
Yeah, I'll
like
do
you're not actually trying to get hired. You just want to. I'm like, just go out there for fun. You
No,
know,
I'm
like,
trying to get hired, bro.
oh, then do it. Then even better. Then it will help your routine. But like, I have like some friends. They're like, they come there and like they'll get drinking and stuff. I'm like, dude, just come on stage. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be fun for you. You might make a few bucks too. Who knows? You know.
Yeah.
Because whatever you make during
Buy a new wheelchair.
auditions, you keep too. You know.
Yeah, buy a new wheelchair.
Yeah. Why not? Fuck it. Just
Buy a wheelchair. Fucking crippled people, dude. I'm gonna strip for money, buy a fucking new wheelchair, dude.
Life of a hustler.
Check me out.
Life of a
See me on the
hustler.
road, I'm in hustle mode, real estate mogul, commercial real estate.